There's got to be a way to adjust the title of this now. Like, yeah, here we go. Huh?
What chat are we gonna have pulled up?
I'm gonna pull up all of them.
Crazy. You need my phone?
It's okay, I think. Which one are you watching on?
Maybe on YouTube.
On YouTube? Okay. Recording is in progress. Won't continue without you. Stay in studio. Chat. Oh, I think I can see. Oh, they actually come. YouTube is shows in this chat here. Cool. Okay. Let me double check Twitter. And let me send a link, and then we can get going. So appreciate everybody joining. Who those that are watching live right now. Obviously, we got NFL Week 4 coming up. Really excited for that. So we'll get into that in a second. Just want to make sure all of our bases are covered. Looks like that's good as well. Cool. Nice. 20 viewers on Twitter. Let me share the link in our Discord, and then we'll get cooking. This girl is on fire. Sure. Alright. In the meantime, if you guys got any picks that you want me to take a look at from a data perspective and throw some filters on and kind of analyze, feel free to drop them in any of the chats. We'll try to have our bases covered from that end. I know there's a few names that I got in mind I want to look at with everybody. Some teams. Obviously, my Lions are playing in about 2 hours here. Um, okay. There we go. Same thing, I'll let the Discord homies know. Appreciate you guys' patience, but without further ado, let's get right into building some plays here. Why don't we? So I got an empty slate here on the right side. Actually, have not put anything down yet for the day, so I'm excited to get into it. Obviously, there's this Ireland game that happened earlier, so we're gonna pass through that for now. We got Falcons, Saints, Bills. This was a really commonly bet spread. I saw it was like 70% were on the Bills, and then the other one was the Chargers game. So this one here, a lot of people were on -6.5, which honestly I like as well. Um, Honestly, we can start here with this game just in that it seems I don't know. It seems like the rankings here. I was taking a look at this earlier in the week, but Giants defense just bottom five across the board in most categories here. We got total yards, total touchdowns, pass yards, especially. So that obviously leads to thinking about pass yards for the opposing quarterback, and we got Justin Herbert, none other than Justin Herbert, who is had a absolutely great start to the season so far. 318, 300, 242, averaging over 250 yards per game, and then coming in and facing like the bottom second pass defense in the league. Um, at -245, I think that there's still pretty good value, particularly since we're building a parlay with a few legs here. And if you guys aren't familiar with the structure of these streams for NFL, we'll typically do a player prop parlay between 3 and 5 legs, and then a anytime touchdown parlay following that. So this will be for the player prop parlay. I'm gonna put it in for now in lieu of adding a few other ones for the time being. So yeah. Oh, we got the Discord homies popping out in the YouTube chat. Let's go. Are you guys gonna start doing more lives on YouTube? Absolutely. Yeah, if that's the plan. Got it all set up now for it. Honestly, should have been doing it beforehand, but Better late than never. So, is that the dude who owns HOF? You could say so as a minority owner. Yeah, appreciate you guys the support for joining. Let's build some winners here. I think the last 3 weeks, out of the two parlays, we've hit at least one in all 3 weeks. So trying to keep that streak up, trying to share some good plays, knowledge, and how to use the Hoff app with you guys here. So that was the first pick is Justin Herbert for 225. I'm gonna go over to leaders tab next, and then we'll try and target a bad rush defense to in the with the goal of taking like a running back rushing plus receiving yards or something like that. So opponent rushing yards here, top to bottom, average wise. Obviously, KC is playing the Ravens today. That'll be a good game. Steelers are bad. Why don't we look at Steelers? You got Steelers. You got I think Warren. Oh, Brees Hall for the Jets against the Dolphins. So let's take a look there. Brees Hall, Jets. Oh, is this tomorrow? Yeah, oh, fuck. There's 2 games tomorrow. All right. Well, let's stick with the games today. That's my bad. This honestly, we can just go down the list here. Commanders D, rush yards, 100. Yeah. Bijan Robinson has been an absolute animal to start the year as well. Even last game, like he it's either through the air or on the ground. That's why I like taking the combined prop here for 90. It's a little chalky, but I mean he's crushing this line here. Also 100% H2H. Maybe we go receptions here instead. Drake London. Let's see. Go back up here. My bad, bro. Nah, you're good, sir. It's the Chargers game, the only game. Nah, we'll go over basically the whole slate here today, for the most part. Damn, mine don't look like that. I was using the app on MacBook. He was using the Mac. You were using the app on MacBook. To be honest, I didn't even know we had a MacBook app. All right. Drake London might go off. That's a good call. So we're on that Falcons game. We can take a look right after this one here. However, Bijan, let me throw on some filters for home for matchup grade. It's a bad matchup grade. Washington does have a good defense. And so that is something to be wary about, especially with the filters here, as we see. So probably stay away from this just in that. It's my style. I tend to like to be a little bit more conservative with these. So there, I like this. This is a great call out here. Whoever had said Drake London. Yeah, great call out. Even in that second game where he didn't cash, like it's at 49. He basically cashed, for the most part, but that is like close to the line, right? 55, 49, and 55. Against a poor passing defense, though. So let's look at the passing defense ranking. And it looks like he's covering pretty easily here, especially at home against bottom 50% pass defenses. He is hitting that line of 50, particularly like last year too, beginning of the year. Yeah, pretty easy cashing on that. It's a little concerning that so far this year he's, averaging around that 50 number, 53, which is close. But if we look at, yards high over here, you'll see for the last 3 games and then I don't know, like 20 before that, all the previous receivers are cashing. Honestly, good call out. Let's add this for now as well. Last thing I want to check is usage chart for this year. Targets, Drake London, number 1 up there. Good to see. Mooney's also kind of been doing his thing. But I like that pick. So for now, that's our second. We're already above even money for those two legs, which is pretty good considering that they're pretty high hit rates already. That's cool. Let's see. Hampton should show up big. Giants run defense is horrible. That is true. Oh, I forgot. Najee Harris got injured last week. That's right. Which was unfortunate, man. Like he was a beast before that. I feel like he went like a few seasons in a row without getting injured. But Omari and Hampton does have a great matchup today. Obviously, Giants are just pretty bad across all defensive metrics. Should rushing, receiving, or receptions be? Ooh, okay. Here's the thing, though. Let's look at him, and then this is maybe some of you guys know, maybe some of you don't. But with or without players, this might not be the best situation because he just start. He's a rookie, but I'm sorry, without Najee, yeah, there's nothing here, but still good to see. Like if there's injuries on any player, maybe we can find a different example for that one later on. But in terms of rush yards, though, looks like his even line's at 70. That's considering, I mean, obviously books have already factored in the fact that Najee is out and Omarian's probably going to get that 15 plus carries here this game against the Giants. Pacheco didn't get there. However, he's splitting carries though. He's splitting carries with Hunt. Javonte Williams easy. Cross Kamara easy. Um, yeah, it's only 33% hit so far this year though, but I do agree with the fact that he's going to get a lot more carries and he'll I mean it's the Giants, which I'm a little concerned about. Um, I don't know if this is a trap line because in my opinion the spread seems like it should be more than 6.5, but we'll uh we'll see. Cool. Let me see how many viewers. How many viewers do we have on YouTube, do you know?
Yeah, let me check. It says 20 right now.
And then on Twitter, oh, 200. Okay. Cool. Let me check on Twitter, see if we got any comments from this side of things. Post engagements. To be honest, not too sure how to do this. Not the best system. Okay, back to the play. Uh, so I think for now, also tentatively, Omari and Hampton. I don't like having them in the same game, but like a same game parlay, just in that if you didn't know, the nature of parlays is obviously the more legs you add, the lower probability is that you hit, and then that actually goes down pretty drastically with same game parlays. So if possible, try to pick from different games. Obviously, there's players in each that might have correlation or something, but that's just something to be aware about. Is that by nature, same game parlays, it'll be tougher to hit, and then two, you'll probably get a little worse odds just due to that fact of correlation. So something to be aware about. That being said, let's look at. There's two running backs in this game. One is going to be Blake Corum. The other is going to be Jonathan Taylor that I'll want to take a look at. So Taylor, obviously, almost consensus running back number one so far, I would say. In terms of combined total yards, he's been absolutely killing it this far. For 100 total combined at minus 150, given that he's hit this pretty frequently, and I don't know though. Rams do have a pretty solid defense against running backs here, so maybe take this to 90. That's better, definitely better. Yards high. So Saquon only got 55. on them. Tony Pollard got 90. Yeah, so maybe this isn't the best uh, pick here. Yeah, he has cashed this pretty easily. I think I like it, but the matchup is a little tough, so might fade that for now. And then we got Blake Corum down here, who, I mean, Michigan man, Heisman, finalist at Michigan, which is wow, wow. Why is the even line 20 here? This doesn't seem to make much sense. Should we do rush plus receiving at 20? Oh, he doesn't have a line. Is it 25 or what's the line here? No, he doesn't have any lines for this, I guess. It's okay. Just for rush yards then, straight up 20 at even. Oh no, you guys, what do you guys think about this here? Kind of really like it. Go back to the chat here. James Cook fantasy. Tony Pollard against Texans. Yeah, that's another good one. Tony Pollard for Dallas. I'm gonna add this one also for now. Blake Corum for 20. Given that, like, let's look at last Thursday, same as season for carries. So Blake Corum is picking up in terms of the number of carries. I think Jim Harbaugh also was saying, the coach was saying, he was probably expecting more carries, but he like had some sort of slight tweak or something in the last game. So even at 8 carries, he was expecting a little bit of a bigger workload. Also, it's not Jim Harbaugh, it's Sean McVay. That's my bad. But yeah, Sean McVay was saying you might get more carries. So I'm going to add that also and see what our odds are at with those three. 452. Let me remove. I think I'll have to remove Hampton, though, because I like sticking with the 3 legs. This looks pretty good here to me. Plus 256 for these 3. And we're at 44% season hit rate so far. I like that. I think we could potentially go one more. Let's look at the Tony Pollard one real quick. Tony Pollard rushing. It's down here. Carries. Nope. Where am I tripping? Forgot. Pollard for 30 or 40 is too chalky. 50 is better, but Houston defense, it's not good, but it's not like terrible. Might be worthwhile for some sort of against Houston though, all of them have cashed 50. He's honestly probably going to catch 50. He's averaging 18 carries a game for 50 yards. That's pretty reasonable. Like less than 3 yards per carry, which 3 yards per carry, it's pretty light work. Oh wow, we got a nice care package. All right, I think I'm chilling with these 3 legs. Honestly, I like where we're coming with those, and I appreciate you guys for throwing some of those. Yeah, good call on the Thornton. Isn't Xavier Worthy coming back this week though? I saw something saying that. Let's see. Xavier Worthy would be back. That would be obviously a big factor if looking at Thornton. Bruh. Okay. Xavier Worthy. Clear to return Sunday. So yeah, this is the This is the player news notes that we have. This is a part of our latest update. Hope you probably should have seen them at this point, but if not, then you're getting the most um, up to date news for each player, whether they're injured or not. There's something here for basically each player, and um, that along with these odds down here that you see, along with a complete mobile redesign, some of our latest updates, courtesy of obviously our amazing and talented dev team who we love very much over here at HOF. Uh, so yeah, give them a shout in the comments as well. You never know when they're watching, so yeah, let them know how much we appreciate them. Lamar 225. I mean, Worthy is playing again, but don't know how much he'll get. So let's look at Thornton again. So far, I don't know if he's coming back from injury. Oh, 30. Yo, this is kind of crazy. Thornton for 20 is minus 160. Oh, wow. At this point, he's probably 2 or 3, right? Like, Hollywood Brown almost is 2. So is he the third favorite target now? Do we feel confident that the wow, this line seems almost wrong. It seems like the Blake Corum line where what if I add that? The odds are going to be real good. Yeah, plus 500. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see. Leads Casey in receiving. Yeah. This is like one long catch, really. Longest reception. Dude, all of his longest receptions have covered the 20, but he basically is the deep threat right now, so I don't know. It's tough. It's tough, especially with the parlay. Yeah. It's crazy. It's with the parlay, so plus 500 for these four. Let's see what the season. Still a good hit rate, and then for the last 2 seasons, I mean, we're still getting value, no filters for the last 2 seasons. Also considering uh, Blake Corum like not getting as many touches as the last few games, the current season, and then last 10, all has pretty good value, I think. Um, yeah, I'm with it, honestly. Thornton, I'm with it. We're gambling at the end of the day, and um, yeah, I feel good about the touchdowns today too. So let's go ahead. Let's lock this in for the first parlay. Plus 495, 4 legs right up on the screen here. I'll also post them on Twitter and in our Discord for those watching. Also, make sure to join the HOF Discord, which is free with the HOF subscription. You can also get to it on the free trial. Um, so yeah, that's a good line. 22 and a half. I think that covers pretty easily. One big catch and it cashes. So yep, love that. And then man, we got people reaching out on wouldn't mind a stretch parlay suggestion. Okay, yeah, it's like a lotto type thing. Um, I honestly I don't even play them personally. Uh, I don't like losing money, but it's always the we're always so close on them, which is the thing. Like maybe it's been a while since I've hit a big one like that, or I actually did hit a big one, and then one of my lovely coworkers convinced me to cash out early. But regardless, um, I've it's been heard. So let me take a picture real quick of what we got here, and then I'll lock it in later. Cool. All right, let's clear these, and then let's get over to the touchdowns, which I'm sure a lot of people are here for. Uh, I'm very excited about. So take a little bit of a different approach here. Let's look at the leaders tab for current season, and then for running backs. I think the most bet on players so far this year or this week is our James Cook. I think Saquon was up there, Derrick Henry was up there, Gibbs was up there, Jacobs. All basically the top 10 on the leaderboard here was they were all up there. That being said, odds are not terrible for these guys. Nobody in the minus 200s, which is good to see. Gibbs might be tough, honestly, with the Cleveland defense. I think if it's either Gibbs or Montgomery, um, I think Montgomery is getting a little is getting more into the flow of the game again. He's getting both rushing attempts and the red zone rushing attempts, both around that same 11-ish number. And he had an insane game last week, so expecting him to continue getting fed by the Lions. Damn, missed 25 to 4K. Bro, that's tough. So close though. How many legs was that? Man, that's unfortunate. I mean, you're building the plays on point though, so um, that's cool. Cool. All right, so for touchdowns, let's rock that. Montgomery for one. Uh, yeah, I mean, in terms of an explanation here, 3 touchdowns in 3 games, increasing workload potentially. Rushing attempts are there, 2.7 red zone rushing attempts. They always alternate between Gibbs and Montgomery. I think if there's multiple touchdowns scored, they're going to feed them both. It's just the nature of how the Lions go. And Montgomery seems to be full health again. So that's how we're rocking for the first pick. Pretty good odds as well. Next, I don't want to go 2 lines, so I think Scadaboo, I don't know if he scores again. J.K. Dobbins, should we look at that? So, J.K. Dobbins, damn, 11 legs? Oh, that's tough. 11 legs and Georgia was the one to miss, man. Yeah, you're right there though. You're right there. Uh, maybe take a little more of a generous alts next time but yeah, it's right there. It's only a matter of time. 99% of gamblers. uh, okay. Dobbins has scored in every game so far this year against bad defenses. 31st in the touchdowns versus running backs for Cincinnati. They've given up 2 last week to Jordan Mason, 1 to Travis Etienne. Honestly, I'm a little confused as to why the odds are minus 130. He scored in every game this far. He gets, so rushing yards 41, 23, 19 for longest, and then averaging over 2 red zone attempts per game. And if we take a look at the spread here, let's look at the spread, which is, what is the spread? Oh, this game is tomorrow. God damn it. All right, good one for tomorrow. For tomorrow's stream preview, I guess this will be one of the anytime picks. Uh, Damn, that sucks. Okay, let me go back. So let me make sure we have the playing today filter on, and then we can continue cooking. So Javonte Williams, James Cook. James Cook probably will score again. I mean, I don't see how he doesn't score, to be honest. Like, bruh. Odds are a little worse, but if we combine 3 of these, yeah, dude, okay, this is a no-brainer. I mean, Cook is he hit this in 100%. He's averaging over a touchdown per game. Last few running backs, Connor has scored, McCaffrey has scored, Walker scored twice. Yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory here. And the spread is like 14 and a half. So expecting if they expect New Orleans to get at least 1 touchdown, that's at minimum 3 or 4. And if the Bills are scoring 3, Cook's getting one of them. It's just how it is. So if we look at the last 2 years and then win losses, yeah, this is like 90, 80%, 82%. Loving it. We should be around plus 200-ish. Yeah, plus 213. Don't know why the odds aren't showing here, but same thing here. Cool. And then if we take a last leg, this should probably take us to like 500 to 700-ish. So depending on who we're doing. Maybe a wide receiver could be a good move here. Romo Dunze obviously has had a hot start. The Keenan Allen they disrespect week in week out, and I feel like four in a row is I don't know. We already have a few of those Chargers guys on the previous play. I do think they're gonna do well. Hmm, don't know. Quentin Johnston. Yeah, it's either one of these guys. Maybe both. Who knows? Nico. I think Nico was one of the highest bet guys too. Dalton Kincaid, Zach Ertz, Devontae. Um, I'm just curious if I add one of these, what the odds will be. Like plus 800. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. That could be worthwhile. Low key. Henry, Cook, and Montgomery. Yeah, that's a question. Why bypass the A minus matchup grade? Is they hit or miss the A minus? Yeah, great question. So when it comes to the matchup grade, it's not like bypassing it. I think it's one of the factors to take note of, but it's really not a make or break as much as a lot of people think. Uh, Also, matchup grades. Let me just show you all how these are calculated. So, for example, Romo Dunze, a matchup grade. If I look at his player page here, we look up on the top box. The anytime touchdowns against wide receivers, Las Vegas is 30th out of 32 teams. So they're damn near the bottom of the barrel there. And we're looking at wide receiver anytime touchdown stat specific, including the over. So if I change his prop to be something else, so look at Bears here. His the default on this page is going to be passing yards, or I'm sorry, receiving yards for wide receiver. Change it to receptions. These will change slightly, and then depending on whatever specific stat you're looking at, it will change. So obviously, I mean, rushing touchdowns, it's not really a thing for wide receivers, but it'll change a little bit. But he's got an A minus, and then under will be F. So pretty cool feature on that end. In terms of a touchdown for Rome, about to sneeze. Sorry. Uh, yeah, I think it's way safer to take running backs. But we did hit one on with Amon-Ra St. Brown last week. I don't know if we want to go two Lions today, but let's see here. I'm gonna go back. I would be comfortable. I would be more comfortable taking three running backs. Um, Amon Ra is a good choice. Trey Tucker, like surprisingly, going off this year, A plus matchup. I don't know, could be worthwhile here. There's Cook Montgomery, and then oh damn, Trey Tucker had three last game. I forgot about that. Yeah, he went crazy against Chicago. Who this is like the most favorable matchup. Bro, I should have looked at Jacoby Myers. I forgot about that. That's my bad. So shout out. Let me let me just show it y'all anyway. This will probably be on like a personal slip or something because I missed it. But Jacoby Jacoby Myers, a little laggy. Okay, okay. Jacoby Myers for all receiving 60 or 50. Oh man, this would have been perfect for the parlay. That sucks. Okay. But now that you guys seen, absolutely love this pick. You see the matchup up on the top there. Yeah, Chicago sucks across the board when it comes to pass defense, rush defense, everything like that. Um, and then yeah, Jacoby has cleared this in all of them, yards high. Basically, all have cleared this line too. Uh, Man, I'm kind of upset about that, but uh, I'm still gonna take it. How about for any times though? He hasn't scored yet this year. Looks like Trey Tucker's taken all those tutties from him. who's had 4 tutties, red zone targets. He's had 2 last game, and Jacoby had 0 last game, and then 2 the game before. So looks like Trey Tucker is. Damn, he's only 5'8". Jacoby's 6'2", 5'8", and he's getting all the red zone targets. What the hell? What the hell? All right, all the wide receiver ones against versus Chicago have cashed. Also, these odds are really good though, for someone who's scored 4 touchdowns in 3 games. So, to wrap up the third leg, if we do this, let me see, plus 800 probably, plus 900. Damn, plus 900. And it's hit, and I mean, 2 out of the 3 of these have both hit, and then Cook has cashed in every game. Montgomery, honestly, you can consider this almost 100%. He didn't get a full workload week 1. Tucker is also doing his thing. Man, I do like this, but it's kind of a big Keenan Allen. Yeah, got you on the matchup. If you guys have questions on anything else on the platform here, on different tools we're using, definitely leave them in the chat. Or we do onboarding calls with yours truly. I'll walk you through any of the questions that you have, or can do any examples live on a call. Follow along, similar as to what we're doing now, honestly, but just for you. So, Keenan Allen was also a good one. It was like him or Quentin Johnston. They were like, it's either or, basically like a Gibbs Montgomery situation. Also kind of like this Tucker Myers, if Myers scored more. That being said, I feel like people are always coming like, oh, Keenan Allen's gonna be slowing down a little bit. Always expecting him to. Like, he's only getting 6 receptions per game, but he's cooking with those 6 thus far against the Giants defense. Taekwon scored, Thornton scored, CD didn't, Debo scored. With the same stuff here, is he getting red zone targets? He's getting 1.7, whereas I got to go back to who was it? Tucker. Trey Tucker here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we could use the Willie. My boy Willie. What's going on, brother? I love the profile photo. Love the. Oh, yeah, Bobby. Oh, we got all the Discord homies in here. Come on. Yeah, I want to make sure everybody could join this time around. Appreciate you guys hopping on the different platform. Let me know if it's working all right. Still trying to figure it out the best way to do it. Want to make sure everybody who wants to watch can follow along here. Yeah, let's look at trends. Let's look at trends here. So, kind of an overview of how this section works. Basically, it's sorted top to bottom in highest edge percentage. And what we mean by edge percentage is if you take the implied probability from whatever odds you're getting, so plus 230, for example, here up on the top, the implied probability, which is a simple formula. So you can just search it up on your computer, implied probability formula, and it was what, plus 230. Calculate, so 30% implied probability, and then we go back here. We compare it with the hit rate of whatever time frame you're looking at. So L5 right now, it's at 100%. And then the implied of this one is 30%. So 100 minus the 30% here, that's where we get this 70% edge. And it's sorted top to bottom, again, in highest edge. Now, just because it has a high edge doesn't mean necessarily it's bound to cash. It's just saying this might be slightly undervalued. You might be getting more bang for your buck here, essentially. That being said, also, Trends is a great place to kind of get inspiration for what might be a good pick, and then kind of play around with alt lines or, from the defensive reads from there. So some things to keep in mind. Something also cool on Trends tab is you can filter by what stat type you want to see. So obviously we're building the anytime here. We can filter it by anytime and then playing today. So we'll see only those matchups. I'm sorry, that stat and then uh, those players who are playing today, of course. So this is just across various sports books that it's showing you the lines for Odunze. These two players seem to be really undervalued. Allen, this is interesting. Thornton also, Hopkins. Yeah. So something also to note, like once you have a larger time frame to look at, especially within the current season, so when you can go between L3 and L5 or L5 and L10, as we get to the kind of the middle of the season, that's when trends starts to pick up even more value. Obviously, still has value now, but I think across the board, no matter what platform you're looking at, no matter what kind of research you're doing, uh, it makes intuitive sense that the more data you get, the sharper you're able to kind of like segment your views and stuff like that. Um, cool. Yeah, facts. I think. Oh man, we got Admiral Matt in here too. You guys are the homies. Make sure you'll once we hit this parlay here today, we'll take care of you guys. So appreciate y'all jumping onto the YouTube here today. Um, to be honest, trends for any times is I would probably use leaderboards for any times. Trends is good for like filtering like kind of some obscure, not obscure, but less under the radar like defensive props or a lot of guys on our team like to do kicking props, which is uh, you know for to each their own, we'll say. Um, you some maybe don't know ball that much and just see 100% and throw it into your team parlay and that will miss, but it's all good fun, right? Yeah, so you'll get things like over 2.5 like tackle assists, right? Which you're not thinking of that on your own. You can't even you like it's so hard to find on your own anyways. But trends will call it out. This is cash in all three games so far. Something like this where uh, like how would you even think of tackle assists? But he's averaging 4 a game and his line is 2.5, and you're getting plus money. So something like that could be pretty cool. When I do my spreads, I toggle between the button where you can go left and go right. You mean like adjusting the line? Yeah, definitely. Um, we're big fans of alternate lines over here. Uh, yeah, make sure you feel comfortable with it because if your bet doesn't win, it doesn't matter what the odds are that you're getting. Like, it doesn't matter at all whatsoever. Um, so number one order of business, hit your play, right? Saw some people who had done. Now this is not recommended, but I like the general concept of it. It was he did like a 4 leg play for like a minus 250 or something like that. Put a lot of money on it. Um, but it's just knowing that you feel confident about this play and the odds maybe aren't so good, but you feel so confident that it's like whatever I'm risking, it's still good ROI. Um, that's kind of the idea. But to your questions for spread, going back and forth with these arrows here, definitely a great idea. Seeing how often they've actually covered here. Um, this was a view that I did on our YouTube video that came out yesterday, but it was away games, and then last 2 years, and then it was in wins, and then was it in wins? I think. Oh, it was in matchup grade actually. Away games and then matchup grade. Okay, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't remember. Still though, this looks pretty good here. The matchup grade filter for teams is also a relatively new feature. Um, that one is taking the team rankings for both sides and using that as a comparison. Also not a make or break, but it's kind of a good way to filter and then get an at a glance view, basically. Um, Look at bottom opponent. Okay, this is I think what I was looking for here. So against bottom 25% teams, Chargers have covered this alt line of 8.5 in um, every game except the last. I think is what we're looking at. 88% here. Uh, yeah, so that's kind of how I like looking at spreads and stuff. Is it better to look at the H2H or last 10? Um, for Yeah, good question. If they have H2H data, all right, that's it's. I feel like it takes nuance to answer that question because um, one, some teams or not some teams, some sports are very heavy on H2H. Baseball, for example, and then even segmented further, batter versus pitcher is particularly important in MLB. In the context of NFL. Um, I would say you want to look at right now specifically, you want to probably look at this current season, 25, 26, potentially the whole last season and from that perspective, and then also H2H. H2H has the kind of unique angle in that, um, game planning might be slightly different, or a player could have continuously go off on one team or another, seeing if there's, trends from that perspective. There's nothing here. I don't think they've played each other in a while, these two teams. Um, but yeah, cool. Asking the good questions. Definitely, yeah. Which one to target or target both? I would say I would break it down like this. So there's three major factors to consider when doing research on HOF. One is the matchup grade. The second is the hit rate, and breaking the hit rate down, it's multiple time frames. So I would say use at least two, one preferably a longer period of time, and then the third one is the odds that you're getting, relative to your value, and then relative to or in absolute. So your total odds, and then the odds that you maybe should be getting, when it comes to the implied probability. So those three, and then the way I would break down the weights is honestly hit rate should probably be number one, probably roughly 40% weight on that, and then I would say between matchup grade and odds, matchup grade maybe slightly higher, around say 30%, so a little bit less than the hit rate, and then uh, honestly, we can adjust it 50% towards the hit rate, 30% towards the matchup grade, and then 20% towards the odds. Something like that. You obviously play around with it, but a lot of people think matchup grade is kind of like end all be all. If it's A, we got to take it. Not the case. Um, it's you weighted into it around 30% or 40%, but not fully. So great questions, definitely great questions. Before I get to that last question, um, let's just lock in. Let's just lock in this last parlay, or this touchdown parlay here. Uh, Feed the people here a little bit. So, mm, let me see. I don't know why their odds are not showing here, but if this is over plus 1,000, oh, this is even worse. I've noticed that too. ESPN kind of has good odds. Too bad they have a shitty sports book, but they have like good odds, generally speaking. Uh, and also you might see some underdog plays from me here in the future. Just move to Boston. Wanted to do the stream from the office today, but it's Sunday and I'm lazy, so decided to fade that. But next time tomorrow, you guys will probably see me on the 30th floor streaming for Monday Night Football, which is nice. We got two games. Uh, but that being said, yeah, for Trey Tucker, any last thoughts? Or should we lock that in? Keenan Allen, I know it was also good. They basically have the same matchup grade, have the same hit rate, similar odds. Trey Tucker's a little better odds. Targets, let's go head to head targets between these two guys and then kind of make our final call. So Trey Tucker and then low key next time I'll probably also do like a little split screen action with two so we can do it better. But okay, so red zone targets, one per game. Keenan Allen, 1.4 per game. Oh, sorry, that's the last two. 1.7 per game. That's even better. So he got three red zone targets last game, increasing share there. Chargers usage share, targets, Keenan Allen number one, Quentin Johnson number two, red zone. Oh, Johnson's actually they're getting the same number of targets. Keenan Allen just still doing it, man. He's still doing it. That is a little. All right, it is between these two. It's worthwhile to take a look at Johnston. Always is. Always is. I mean, it's gonna take us 2 seconds and. Uh, okay, so they actually both got three red zone targets last game, which is interesting. Hmm. Okay, Johnston. I feel like away games. Definitely does a little worse. Keenan Allen away games last 2 years. Also does a little worse, but uh, let's see, zero point 0.6, and then also zero point 0.6. Bro, this is a pick 'em between these two. And Quentin Johnson got a little better odds here. He didn't score last game. Last, he does have more targets than Keenan overall, does he? Um, he does have more targets than Keenan overall. No, I just lied. Bro, I can't read. 4.7 versus 6.3. It's not really that close. And I also just looked at it. What the fuck am I doing? All right, yeah. Yeah, I literally just looked at this. Okay. Uh, yeah, so what do you guys think? Do y'all like either of these guys? Allen or Johnston over Trey Tucker, who is here, who scored 3 touchdowns last game. Great odds for it. Any one of these guys will get great odds for. It's kind of yeah, wide receivers are so much tougher to target for touchdowns. All right, seems like we're getting some viewer fatigue, so let's fuck around and just lock this in. Uh, let's go with honestly, let's go with Keenan Allen. I feel like we'll be more comfortable with Keenan Allen. More of a bigger body and Quentin Johnson also a big body, TBH. But pretty safe pick here, relatively speaking, uh, when it comes to that. So, all right, let's lock this in. Plus 800 for the anytimes. See this light up a little bit over here. So plus 800 for the anytimes. And then this has hit in 67% of games so far this year. Montgomery's the one behind. Last 10, all full 40%. Last 2 seasons, this should still be good. Yeah, so y'all saw it. Great hit rates across the board. This is not factoring in his previous year, but still good. So we'll lock both of these in. I'm gonna take a photo. I'll post them on Twitter. I'll post them in our Discord. Make sure you join that. And um, we do giveaways for these parlays here. So yes, sir. We be cooking every week, 3 times per week nowadays. Since y'all are awesome and it's fun for me. We be cooking Sundays. Tomorrow we'll be cooking. Thursdays we'll be cooking. And then once NBA picks up too, it'll be a fun time. So appreciate all you guys joining in. As always, make sure to tune in next time, and I appreciate all of you for using our app. So good luck on NFL, and I'll catch you guys in the Discord. Peace.